we're underway now. This is the women's 3-metre synchro, and our first combination is the Victorian Annabelle Smith and the Western Australian Madison Keeney. They've been diving together now for probably a little over 12 months or so, and have been really coming good. So let's see how they start off with this competition. Good solid start, of course, 5 dives each, a couple of compulsories for both teams, and yes, so 49.2 to start off there for Maddie and Annabelle. And now Esther Quinn Chin and Samantha Mills, World Championship bronze medalists. They've won medals at several major international events, and now they are looking to consolidate and earn that Rio selection this weekend. Sam, of course, was quite sick after travelling to Dubai, couldn't train for a couple of weeks, so missed out on some pretty crucial time in the pool, but they're back together. Nice easy start there. Obviously not a difficult dive to get things going, but some 9s in there and synchronised, which is quite important, obviously. Now this is the third combination. Jaya Matthews, silver medalist in the 3-metre springboard, and Ali Klein from Victoria. Just a small field, three teams, so this event will be very quick. A comfortable start for Jaya and Ali. Now round 2, Annabelle and Maddie. Wow, yeah, that's very, very neat, as you would expect from these two experienced campaigners now. Not too many problems there, not big scores obviously, because there's not a high degree of difficulty, but for those easy dives you just got to get everything in place and make sure that there's no silly little errors happening. Esther Chin and Sam Mills now, their second dive. Yep, just solid. Good scores there for Sam and Esther, and it puts them ahead now by around 7 points ahead of Annabelle and Madison. Now here's Jaya Matthews and Ali Klein with their second dive. Nothing spectacular, just getting the job done there for those two girls. Well done, both young divers, getting a lot of experience here, competing against two world-class synchronised teams, which is what they're up against today. Certainly the experience of Maddie and Annabelle, and certainly Sam and Esther. And there's the updated scores. Esther and Sam Mills with their noses in front at the moment. Great that Esther has bounced back after the disappointment of her performance in the 3-metre individual. It just didn't quite go right. She had one no dive, but still managed, this is how well she was diving, she still managed to finish 4th overall. So just imagine what sort of score she might have finished with without that no dive. Good. Yeah, that was quite a competent dive there from Annabelle and Maddie, and reasonably good scores too. They'd be happy with that. 72 all up for Annabelle and Maddie. At this stage, there's a lot of pressure. They just got to make sure that they don't muck up a dive. Is the most important thing. Esther and Sam now. Whoever goes from Australia to the Olympics, we have only just qualified the one team, of course, that's all you can qualify, but you would have to consider they would be medal prospects, because we are quite good at this sport without trying to blow our own trumpets too much. We do very well at the synchro, springboard synchro. Oh, Sam just a little bit short on that. They may lose some points. She didn't quite come out far enough, I don't think. Let's see what the judges thought about that. No, she went, yeah, lost a couple. Some 4.5s in there, which is tricky. Might open up the scoreboard a little bit now. Yeah, and in fact that now puts Sam and Esther into second position. Only 5 points adrift of Smith and Keeney. Let's see what Jaya and Ali can do now. Their third dive of the competition. Yeah, just not quite getting it synchronised there. The entry was a little bit off from Ali's perspective, I think, or Jaya's perspective, sorry. So a couple of 4s in there and 5s, but yeah, it's okay. Look, they're a very young team. So after 3 rounds, I can tell you that it is Annabelle Smith and Madison Keeney who are leading. They've got a 5-point buffer on Esther Chin and Sam Mills, with Jaya Matthews and Ali Klein back around 20-odd points behind. So 5 points is not much. 2 dives to go. Oh, wow, that is a good dive. That is a pressure dive, and I think they'll score pretty well from that dive. They seem to get it all together. Yes, good scores for Madison and Annabelle. 75.3. That has really thrown down the challenge to Esther Chin and Samantha Mills. But if there are any divers out there who can rise to this challenge, it's these two. But they really need to make sure they get this dive right, otherwise they might find Madison and Annabelle just sneaking away from them a little bit. So let's see what Esther and Sam Mills can do. They need to stay in touch. Wow, that's the dive. They're happy. They're happy for the challenge. They're going all out here. This is Olympics on the line here. That's pretty good scores. It keeps them well and truly in the mix. They are not out of it going into the last dive, that is for sure. I'll give you the updated scores in just a moment. But it is going to be nail-biting. It is going to be nail-biting coming down to that last dive. In fact, I can tell you that Esther and Sam Mills are 11 points behind going into the last dive. Now, that is a reasonable margin, but in synchronised diving, you can pick that up in one dive, and it's going to come down to that last dive. Wow, here's Ali and Jaya Matthews now, their second last dive of the competition. A little bit heavy in the water, but the synchronicity was better that time around. All right. Last round. This is what it's all going to come down to now. 11 points the difference. And at the moment it is Annabelle Smith and Madison Keeney who are in the gold medal position and possibly in the Rio position. So obviously selectors still got a lot to take into account, and the form of Samantha and Esther internationally has been really, really impressive. But let's see, we've got to get this competition done though. Good finish. Good finish, not spectacular, but solid. Really solid. Scores there will be pretty good, I think. Yep. Another 71 score. That is going to make it very hard. Samantha and Esther really need to bring home a big one. But that's what they train for, that's what they've been competing for. This is what it all comes down to, this one dive now. They need to nail this. Esther Chin, Samantha Mills. Final dive of the synchronised competition. It was good, but was it good enough? It was okay. They'll get, I think they're going to come up short, unfortunately, for Esther and Sam. A 66. That is not what they wanted. It basically means now that in terms of the gold medal, it's Madison and Annabelle. What does it mean in terms of Olympic selection? Well, there was no preliminary rounds, no semi-finals. This was a direct final, so there's no other scores to be taken into account. I'm not a selector, but it would seem to be that Annabelle and Madison would have the inside running right now. Ali and Jay are now finishing off this event. Good finish. Actually, that was the best dive of their comp for them. I think it was a good finish for the young girls. Yep, well done to all. So, final standings. Final standings, let's have a look now. They're about to come up on the screen. And Annabelle Smith and Madison Keeney have ended up with a 15-point buffer, which is pretty comprehensive. It's a good result for Annabelle and Maddie. Esther Chin and Samantha Mills second, and Jaya Matthews and Ali Klein in third position. We'll be back with the 1 metre men's springboard very, very soon.